One of my favorite features of my automated task tracker is that all the recurring tasks that need to be completed again are automatically added to your task list whenever you're sleeping every night. And once it's there, all you have to do is mark it as pending when you start it. And then when you complete it, you'll mark it as done. It will automatically clear from this task list and move to the bottom of the done tab. But what if you go on vacation? You don't want to have a bunch of tasks added to your task list every single day while you're away, especially if it's daily tasks, because you're going to have a bunch of those that you don't actually need to complete. You only need to complete it one time when you get back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to update your spreadsheet to enter vacation mode. And all we're going to do is we're going to create a formula that essentially makes all of these values null. If you're on vacation, then we'll set it to add these values back one day before you return from vacation. And we're setting it to one day before vacation. That way, whenever you sleep at night, it will automatically be there the first day that you return. And it's actually super simple to do. So if you don't know, anything that's marked as yes is what's being added to the automated task tracker. So if it's not marked as yes, then it's not going to be added. So what we'll do is we'll go over to column P, insert 2 columns to the right. Let's get rid of this alternating color. So I'll click into it, go to fill color, alternating colors, and change this back to P1 to P56 and hit done. Let's make column Q a bit smaller. And then in column R, we're going to put vacation end. And this is where you're going to put the date that your vacation is ending. Not the date before, but the date that your vacation is ending. But instead of having to type it out, I want to go ahead and make it pop out calendar. So in R2, I'm going to go to data, data validation, add rule. Under criteria, we're going to drop down and select is valid date. Reject the input if there is not a valid date and hit done. So now I can double click on that cell and pick whatever date we're returning from that calendar. So just to make things simple, I'm going to go ahead and say the 15th of October, which is 2 days from now. And that's it for that portion. And then just to make it a little bit nicer looking, let's go ahead and select R in R2. Go to fill color, alternating colors. Let's give it some color, hit done. Then let's format it like the others. So we'll give it a border. Click the borders and outside border. I want to make that a little bit bigger. So I'll select the one size up and then click it again. All right, so now let's format it properly. We just need to adjust the formula. So this formula right here applies to the entire column. So we only have one formula to adjust. And what this is saying is if I2, which is the last added date, is blank, then it's going to be blank. Otherwise, if today is equal to the first day, which is Sunday, or the 7th day, which is Saturday, then I want to return no. Otherwise, I want to subtract J, which is the number of days since the last time it was added, from whatever the threshold is correlated with the day that we have right here. So it's going to look at day threshold right here. If it's greater than 0, then it's going to return a yes. Otherwise, it's going to return a no. But you don't really need to understand how this formula works. The only thing we're going to be doing is adding another if statement right here. So right after the 2 commas, right before if, we're going to put if, open parentheses, today, open parentheses, close parentheses, is less than, open parentheses, R2 minus 1, close parentheses, comma, comma, and then press enter. So what this is doing is it's looking up today. I'm filming this on October 13th. Then it's looking to see if that day is one day before this vacation end day. So since I have this set to October 15th, it's looking to see if it's less than October 14th. In this case, October 13th is less than October 14th. So it's blank. If I were to change this to October 14th, then it should say yes. And that's because today is October 13th. We're looking to see if this is one before October 14th, which would be October 13th. October 13th is not less than October 13th. So that's why it's populating. So it's working exactly as we want. And it's okay if you forget to clear this because it's always going to work because it's no longer less than. But it doesn't matter where you have it in the future. You can set whatever you want. So we have October 31st. It's going to look to see once today is less than October 30th. And it'll be blank until then October 30th, it will automatically populate again. And once it's populated, the trigger will work just as normal because there will be values there again. So in reality, the automation is still going to run every single day on the back end. The only difference is that there'll be nothing to add. So nothing will be added to your task list until the night before you get back. And that's it. So to test this out based off of whatever day, make sure you say whatever today is, and then pick a date in the future, and then change that again to tomorrow. If you change the vacation end date to tomorrow, then it should work and show everything that it normally would. If you change it to 2 days from now, then it should be blank if you did it properly. Now, one thing to note is that all of the due end days and all the different counters will still be counting. While you're gone, it's just not going to add in the recurring tasks while you're gone and have a whole bunch of different tasks that you don't need to complete. And that's it. That's how to create a vacation mode for your task tracker. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions and like and comment for more.